What is going on, guys? Welcome back to 4-0 Gaming, and today it's a very exciting day. The season of arrivals has finally arrived, and we've got all new content to play. So we've been grinding that out all day, been streaming it on our channel, having a lot of fun. A bunch of you guys are tuning in and learning and just kind of exploring the whole season with us, and it's been a blast. So make sure you guys hop into our streams and stuff. We're going to be streaming all week. But today I want to talk to you about the new currencies that came into the game, the new Umbral Engrams. And those have replaced the normal engrams that we have in the game, or we used to have in the game, that would give you blues or give you, whatever kind of random gear. But now, once you've gotten a few steps into the quest, the Drifter has a new device in his little workshop. It's called the Prismatic Recaster, and that allows you to influence these engrams and choose what you get out of them. You're able to pick which guns you get, so that way you can farm those guns over and over and over again. You're able to get something from a certain season or something from Gambit or something like that. So there's lots of cool ways, and the system's kind of a little bit confusing when you first start out with it. There's a couple new materials and a bunch of different menus and things like that. So I wanted to put together a guide to kind of run you guys through that. So let's hop into it and hope you guys enjoy. Drop a like, subscribe for more. We're going to be dropping content all week. So hope you guys enjoy. Let's get into it. Alrighty, guys, so after you've gotten a couple steps into the new quest for Season of Arrivals, you're going to come in here, and the Drifter is basically part of the quest, so you'll have to go over to these things anyway. But basically, you'll see we have the Umbral Decoder, and this is basically just like a cryptarch for all of your Umbral Engrams now. So this is where you're going to come to decode these. And you could choose to decode them as is, as standard, or you can influence them and create focused Umbral Engrams like the one you see here. So focused Umbral Engrams come from over here. This is the Prismatic Recaster, as you can see. And this is going to kind of be your main menu. It looks very similar to the bunker menus that we had last season. And you're going to see we have our Umbral focusing here, our Gifts of the Light and Dark, which is going to come from your rank ups, similar to last season with the bunker. We have an all new tier of bounties, and these are going to be used to get you all of your materials. And then we also have a list of rewards, including mods, the Trace Override, which is a new material, and as well as a ship, once you've leveled up this and gained the reputation up, similar to how you did with the bunkers. So the first thing you're going to want to do is make sure that you pick up all of the bounties. This is definitely the most important thing for farming out your materials. You can see from the dailies, you're going to get the Altered Element, 25 on each daily, and then you're going to get your Twisted Energy, which is used to upgrade your Prismatic Recaster from your weeklies. 500 each, so pretty substantial. It takes 500 to do a rank up. So basically it's one rank per weekly. The additional bounties are great as well, but they only give XP, so they don't give any materials. So I'd highly recommend going through and playing on all three of your characters, your main and your two ults, and doing these if you want to rank up as quickly as possible, and make sure that you're knocking out these weeklies, because that's going to give you way more materials and help you level up your Prismatic Recaster way faster, allowing you to unlock more focusing options, as well as more gifts of the light and dark. Now let's take a look at some of the gifts of the light and dark. These are going to be your upgrade modules, and they're going to help you gain more engrams, more materials, and things like that throughout the season. So this is super important. I highly recommend doing this first and trying to get as much Twisted Energy as you can so that you can rank this up as quickly as possible. Last season we were allowed to do this, like upgrade rank 1, and as long as you had the one above it, so say I had this one, then I could do this one, and then I could do this one. That allowed us to kind of come down the right side and get all the price influences first, the ones that decrease the cost and things like that. But this season they've actually made it so you have to unlock the entire previous row. So you are going to have to boost out and complete this whole row before you're able to move on to the next one, but there are still some ones that I'd highly recommend. Now for the first tier, I'd highly recommend picking up Umbral Mastery 1 first. This is going to give you a small amount of Twisted Energy every single time that you decrypt one of the Umbral Engrams, which you're going to be getting way more Umbral Engrams than you can get of the Twisted Energy. So it's really important that you're getting as much Twisted Energy as possible to max this out. This is the only perk that awards Twisted Energy, so I'd highly recommend taking this first just to give you that extra boost of Twisted Energy right from the get-go. The next two options would be Contact Specialist or Umbral Discovery. I'm going to take Umbral Discovery just because it's going to guarantee that I get an extra engram each day no matter what I'm doing, compared to Contact Specialist, which is going to give you an increased chance of finding engrams while completing Contact public events. In my experience, I was already gaining a good amount doing these Contact events, and even managed to get some that are pre-focused when we were completing the heroic versions. Be sure to check out our full guide on the new Contact Public event so that you can clear these quickly as well. The other perks here are good as well, but I don't think they provide as much value in the early game as the ones I've stated. Moving into rank 2, I'd take Umbral Discovery 2 or Contact Specialist 2. Once again, these are just going to help you find more engrams, which in turn, the more engrams you find and the more that you're decrypting, the more twisted energy that you're creating. The rest of these are good as well, but this is just really helping you get focused ones, which don't really matter for twisted energy. And this is for material. We all have plenty of material. We know where Spider is. Free focus lens, once again, is going to allow you to pull a basic focused engram from the recaster. But once again, you should not really be focused on the rolls right now as much as you should be leveling up your recaster as quickly as possible so that you can unlock the rank 3 gifts of light and dark, which is going to help you farm those god rolls and god armor that you're looking for much more efficiently in the long run. Here you'll also see that Umbral Mastery isn't actually Umbral Mastery on the second tier. It's Contact Mastery, which increases the amount of motes you can carry and awards heavy ammo when you turn in 15 motes. This isn't going to help you with any materials at all either, so I highly recommend staying away from this one. These are just kind of quality of life changes, while these two perks are really going to help you gain more engrams and in turn gain more materials and level up faster. Same thing goes again for rank 3. Take Umbral Discovery rank 3 and Contact Specialist rank 3. Once again, just more engrams, more chance for good loot, more rewards up here when you're decrypting them for twisted energy. After that, on the third tier, I'd probably take Umbral Mastery. And this is when I would really start focusing on creating the rolls you want. This is going to reduce the cost by 50%. You don't want to be wasting a bunch of materials before you have this unlocked. Because you're basically just throwing materials away. You're going to have plenty of engrams, plenty of time throughout the season to get the rolls that you need. So primarily, I would wait until you get this before you go wasting all your energy refocusing engrams over and over again. Same thing over here before you start wasting a bunch of material, re-rolling weapons that you're trying to get as a god roll. Just remember that this perk does exist and it's going to give you alternate final perks. So that way, you have more of a chance if you get what you need in the third slot. The odds that it's in the fourth slot is even higher, making you turn in the least amount of engrams as possible to find your god rolls. So overall, just to recap, it's really important that you focus on finding materials, focus on finding as many engrams as possible here in the early game, and then when you get to rank 3 and stuff, you can use all your material, use all your stuff to really dig into the guns and find the god rolls that you're looking for. Now that we've talked about all the different levels and the materials and things like that, let's take a look at the rewards. We come over here into Emerald Focusing, and this is where all the fun stuff happens. So you'll see here that once you have your Umbral Engram, you can come in here and you can focus it into a specific item. So you're not just getting a completely random piece. There are 3 types of focusing: the basic Umbral Focusing, the improved Arsenal Focusing, and the improved Armor Focusing. As you can see here, basic focusing is just going to ensure that you get, in this case, a brand new Season 11 gun piece. This is going to ensure that you get a brand new Season 11 armor piece. The Legacy one is going to give you a weapon from the past 3 seasons. And of course, since this is the Drifter's gig, there's a Dredgen-focused engram as well for Gambit weapons. Now, as you can see here, I've already pulled one, but you can see there's 2 free focuses left. So right now, you can see all it takes is the 1 engram, and it doesn't cost me anything to do that. But as you can see, now that I have Umbral Mastery, my first 3 engrams decrypted each week are going to be awarded at a higher power. This is also really important as we begin our power grind to get higher level. I should not have pulled my first engram before unlocking that mastery. So make sure that when you're pulling these, you kind of think about what you need. You can save up either an armor one or a weapon and say, you know, your armor is really high power, but you're lacking on the weapons. Then you'll pull a weapon one to ensure that you get a high power thing to help you move along your power progress. Same thing goes for the armor. Moving on to arsenal and armor focusing. These are going to be the more fun ones that you probably play with down the road once you've really leveled up your things. Like I said, you don't want to go wasting all of your altered element when it's going to be cheaper for you and you're going to get more rolls once you've hit that 3rd tier of upgrades. So as you could probably guess, here on the arsenal focusing, it's going to allow you to pick the guns that come out of your engram. Each of these engrams is going to have 2 possible rolls, so you can't pick the exact gun, but you got a 50-50 chance. And you can see that there's an array of new guns, such as the new Whispering Slab Bow and the Temptation's Hook Sword. And there's also old weapons, such as the Seraph weapons, Breach Light, and Marty's Retribution from Season of Dawn, and so on. Moving on to armor, these are a little bit different because they do require you to have trace overrides, which is a material that you don't have access to right off the bat. As you can see here, once you've leveled up your Prismatic Recaster to level 7, you're going to have access to purchase these, and you'll be able to purchase a limited amount per week. Now, these armor rolls allow you to choose the stats that goes into it, and as you can see, all 6 stat lines are in here. Discipline for your grenades, intellect, mobility, recovery, resilience, and strength for your melee. So we're not sure exactly how these work because no one's unlocked these yet. I would assume that a specific amount is guaranteed in these stat lines, say 20 points, and then the rest is just evenly distributed among the armor. But it would guarantee you to have a high strength roll or a high mobility roll. Another really important thing to keep in mind is that your engrams may be low power when you look at them here. So 10, 12, 11, 0, one of these is even 9. But if you come over to the Prismatic Recaster, you can actually see by focusing them, their power goes up. So you can see these are 10, 18 now if I turn them into a focus. So this is a great way to help you boost your level, especially since you can pick whether you want armor or a weapon. Yeah, guys, so that's pretty much the full rundown on the Umbral Engrams and the Prismatic Recaster. Definitely new, a little bit complicated at first, and definitely some tips and tricks to help you get ahead of the game, and definitely some places you can mess up if you don't get that Umbral Mastery perk first and you pull all your free Umbral Engrams. Now you've missed out on a bunch of free power when the power grind matters so much. Even those heroic contact events so far have been 1040 when you go heroic, so way above most people's power level. The dungeon drops in an hour from now, so that's even going to be higher level. So all those power levels really matter. Share with your friends so they don't get left behind, and hopefully this helped you guys out. So yeah, guys, if you're into Destiny, definitely be sure to subscribe. Be sure to drop a like if this helped you out. Share it with your friends, and we hope to see you guys around. Welcome to the wagon. Peace.